I'm Shelley Desmarais, and my husband Eric and I are the owners of CLS Farms. 1 in 8 is a statistic that represents 1 out of 8 women that will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 8 also is the name of our campaign that we have. The goal of 1 in 8 is to raise money for local cancer causes. Organizations like Wellness House and Yakima, they rely on local support, local donations to provide many services to not just women with breast cancer, but their families as well. Well, as somebody who has actually needed those services myself, I know how critical it is to have a place where you can show up to a support group, or you can Zoom into a counseling session, or you need to know, what do I do next? Where do I go? I was diagnosed in 2012. At the time, I had a 2-year-old, a 8-year-old, and a 12-year-old, plus the farm itself. So when I was diagnosed, it was shortly after harvest that year in October, and had to go into surgery and start having treatment. After that, things went really well. I had a good prognosis. Time was just on my side. Things got back to normal. A few years later, my cancer came back, and it came back more aggressive. It was a much bigger tumor, and it was more of a fight than I probably anticipated. And I want people to know that it's going to be okay. You're going to get through it. And as scary as it feels to hear those words, you have cancer, it's also very treatable. It's when you delay things, it's when you put it off, or you say, I don't have time, or I don't need to take care of this. It's when you don't put that as a priority that it really becomes a bigger problem. And so when you don't put your own health first, then you can't help others around you. And so my hope for this year is to keep that statistic still very much on the forefront, because I think we still have a lot of educating to do. This year we'll have Idaho Gem be the hop for 1 in 8, which is Gooding Farms hop out of Idaho. And we are one of the growers of it. It'll get harvested, it'll get pelleted right away, and then it'll be made available through Yakima Valley Hops in October. And any brewery that wants to participate can work through Yakima Valley Hops to purchase the Idaho Gem. A portion of that will be donated by CLS Farms and Yakima Valley Hops to Wellness House. And so you don't have to brew with it in October. You can brew with it anytime that you can fit it into your brewing schedule. It's a great opportunity to try a new hop out, celebrate somebody that you know that's in recovery or in memory of. And so it is a beer that as a group you can come together and recognize this hop, Idaho Gem too, which is amazing, and we're excited to see how brewers brew with it this year. It was important to me that we keep it also very hyper-local, because I think the breweries know best how to help their own communities. And so what was exciting was to see different breweries name the beer after people they knew that had been a survivor. And so we saw things like bartenders and aunts and grandmothers that were being honored because their community wanted to brew a beer in their name. And so it didn't have to be a 1 in 8 name. It could be something like Linda's Lager, which we saw that happen already in Seattle. I just want to raise a lot of money for all these cancer organizations that are working tirelessly so they can keep providing these services to the people who need them the most. For everyone who has worked through this last year, has had to fight through every obstacle that has been put down in front of them, I just commend you, and I wish you all the best, and thank you for being a part of 1 in 8. We look forward to trying your beer. It's really special and meaningful to us because we know how much care and love goes into it, and we feel that down to the farm level.